Man.
You never know what people are going through either. Like that was like, you don't know if someone's on their Instagram talking shit to you, but they're sitting in the fucking waiting room of the hospital and their mom is dying of cancer. You know what I mean? Like you don't know what the fuck's going on. And
I've had that before. And like where someone was just like ripping it. And it was the type of thing where I was like, it was hard. They had to go out of their way to take what I said negatively. And this person just like ripped into me, and I commented, I'm like, all right, you're clearly going through some stuff. Like this, it's pretty obvious it's not targeted at me. You're just upset at something else. And he just kept going and going. And finally I was like, all right, why am I arguing? Why am I spending my time doing this? And so I think I just blocked him and was moved on with my day. And it was a couple months later, I got a handwritten letter in the mail, and it was like, hey, like, I doubt you remember me, but I made this comment, and like I just wanted to make amends. Like I was going through some shit, and like
I think you told this story, didn't you?
Maybe, but it was one of those things where I was like, wow, good on you. Like it's one thing to realize that like, oh, I fucked up. It's another to directly make amends for it. Like, all right, good on you, man.
And I probably said the exact same thing the first time you told Josh. How the fuck did that guy get your mailing address?
No, I think he sent it to the gym or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true, man. It's nobody knows what anybody's going through right now, right? Like, and it's exactly like it's not always going to be directed at you, but sometimes you're the target. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Were you guys on another podcast without me?
No.
No. We had a meeting.
Look at you. You already know I'm sniffing.
Yeah, you were sniffing. You must have been looking at somebody's Instagram. No, we had an interview. We're going to the Maldives in February for this event, and we had a Zoom call with the guy who's bringing us over there.
Who posted that? Did he post it?
He posted it. Yeah.
Oh. I didn't see that.
Someone sent me a screenshot. Okay, good. Because I felt like some tears like coming over me when I saw the screenshot.
Hey, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Dude, that was one of those things where Josh messaged me.
Someone's gonna quote that in YouTube.
Josh was like, "Hey, are you jumping on the Zoom call?" And I was like, "Oh, shit!" Like I missed it. And then he's like, "No, it's in 5 minutes." Yeah, just getting the trip organized.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I understand. So they wanted the Josh, Matt, and Sevan podcast to come over and go diving with them?
No. This guy messaged me, and he's like, hey, I'm doing a 50-hour dive to
promote tourism in the Maldives. 50 years of tourism. So he's doing a 50-hour.
And so he's doing a 50-hour dive, and he wanted to bring me and Matt over, reach out to me, and I was like, yeah, let me talk to Matt. I'm like, so, free trip to the Maldives. Are you kidding me? Sure will.
He knew we were both avid scuba divers.
Yeah, obviously.
I got my license.
I did too. I was a SEAL. I don't know if you remember.
So he's going to be underwater for 50 hours?
50 hours, yeah. He's going to be so soggy, he's going to come out like a freaking, like an Oreo that sits at the bottom of a milk glass.
Yeah, what are the implications of that?
I have no idea.
I mean, I was asking, I'm like, how deep are you diving? Like, what's your
6
decompression
meters.
like all this stuff? Because I'm like, if you're down for 45 minutes, you got to do a decompression at 10 feet. Like, I'm like, you're going down for 50 hours? Like,
well, yeah, and he's doing a rebreather, but he's doing mixed gas, so he's not going very deep.
Still,
it'll be interesting. Yeah, he's definitely gonna decompress a little bit.
Yeah.
It'll probably just be
What's the record?
I think, I don't know. I don't know actually.
Let's Google it.
Google it.
How is there a hose that comes from the top down to him? Is that how you stay down there for that long, or you switch tanks?
I think he's gonna switch tanks down there, or they might like switch rigs out for him or something like that.
Oh,
like he might take.
Does he sleep down there?
Because we had to do some techniques where if you run out of air on that, and you can Cadillac breathe, where basically you'll take. So what will happen is probably this is what I'm gonna assume. He didn't tell us the details, but he's gonna take his rig off. Right, and someone's going to be down there with a rig sitting next to him, and he can breathe off that other person's rig while he's putting his new rig on. is what I'm gonna assume is what's gonna happen. Something like that.
So the world record is 51 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh, he should just go
why
for
would he
it.
go over,
What the fuck is
why
yeah,
would he go over
yeah.
52 hours? Well, we'll have a talk with him.
Yeah.
So how is he going to sleep down there? Sorry, did you answer that?
I don't know about sleep. I have no idea. He probably won't sleep. I don't see how you could sleep with a unless you have some sort of like. Because on a rebreather, it's just a mouthpiece. It's still just a mouthpiece that goes in your mouth. So if you fall asleep,
What's a rebreather? What do you mean?
A rebreather is a diving rig where you have a tank in it, so you won't see bubbles that come out of your tank, right? You won't exhale into the water. You're gonna have a system that you actually breathe through one tube and then out, or breathe in from one side of the tube, and then you'll actually breathe out to the same side of the tube, and your carbon dioxide will actually go through a scrubbing process. It'll scrub out all the carbon dioxide, and you'll actually continue to be able to breathe on the same air longer than you would if you just exhaled into the water.
Do you have to manipulate that like you're playing the harmonica or some shit?
No. It
does it for you.
It does it for you.
Just all automatic.
You have a canister. It's typically filled with like a soda sorb or something like that, which is. It basically looks like a really thick sand, and then but it can't get wet, so everything has to be airtight. And that's like that was like the big. So when we did our diving courses and stuff like that, this is the same system we used. But if that soda sorb gets wet, it actually becomes toxic to the body.
Sick.
And so it's really good. And so you always feel the whole time you're doing it, you're like, oh yeah, my shit's wet, and I'm definitely breathing in like fumes right now. And I'm gonna have to go up. Yeah, so it'll be interesting for 50 hours, But I'm sure they got their shit. It's gonna be probably the best diving shit out there, and all this stuff. So it's gonna be big sponsors.
So correction. Further down in the list, I found the record for the longest open water saltwater dive was almost 6 days.
Wow.
Oof, that's a long week.
That's a party. Could you imagine what like I feel like your skin would be so like soggy, it would just tear. Right?
I mean, I have no. That's
think about
bizarre
getting
to me.
if your feet get like really wet, like that's what can happen, right?
Well, and then on top of it, it's salt water. Like I don't know the guy's name, but he's the guy who swam around Great Britain.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah, it was like within the last couple of years, I think.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago. Yeah,
but he would do 6 hours of swimming, 6 hours of sleep, and he did it for 52 days. But he was. I had a mutual friend with the guy, and so my buddy's telling me the stories. He was like, yeah, he would wake up and like his tongue was falling apart. Like he would wake up and there'd be chunks of his tongue on the pillow because of just so much salt water in contact with it all the time.
I'm surprised he could breathe with how swollen a bet he got, like his mouth got, his tongue.
Yeah, crazy.